Not really sure if I'm on right now. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Hey, I am Agent Zero, otherwise known as Justin K. Sweet, and this is my first live stream ever, like on my own. So, and speaking of on my own, looks like I'm all by myself, which is cool. Just hanging out, doing my thing. Not really sure what that thing is, but here we go. Um, so yeah, kind of wanted to show off this little thing called Whatnot today. Figured I might, bring it up, broach the topic, as it were. A lot of people out there still using eBay and other auction sites, um, and it may be that Whatnot is the future. I don't know. It's kind of a cool little site. I gotta check this thing out and see what I can get up for you guys. It's hard to. I'm still familiarizing myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Get some get some music going in the background. So we got something to kind of squash my dead air. But yeah. So greetings to all of you. If you're listening to this on the replay, if I'm that significant, at least at the moment, we'll see. Not really here to shill today. I will bring up, Chrome Dog from time to time, I suppose. But I'm starting live streams just so folks can, get to know me, see who I am, see how I go. The plan is to kind of do live streams every Tuesday and or Wednesday, probably on the or part. So it seems like I can't be too consistent with Tuesdays and I can't be too consistent with Wednesdays any given week based on life schedules. So I'll probably be able to just kind of like 1 week I'll be able to do a Tuesday, the next week might even be a Wednesday, and who knows, I might be able to consistently do Tuesdays back to back. It'll just be kind of like loosey goosey, fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing. So I appreciate everyone who's patient with me during that. And yeah, it's time to kind of make a start with some of this stuff. Let me see if I can figure out how to do full screen over here on the. There we go. That way I can share screen and you guys don't have to see everything else that's on in my browser, because these PCs I use for work. My day job, I work from home, so there are a lot of little links and stuff, and just references and bookmarks that are very irrelevant to what we got going on here. So let me see here. Let me see if I can get this going. But yeah, hi. Not really seeing anybody yet, but hey, it's all good. Nobody really knows about me yet, so we got our own little slice of the internet, at least for the moment. This little sliver, just out here on this desert isle. I like to call, Agent Zero land. So, let's see if I can use both sides of my brain today. It'd be great. Make this happen here. There we go. Sweet. All right, cool. So yeah, so this is Whatnot. I'm definitely not a paid shill spokesperson for Whatnot. However, I am going to be making a start on here because eBay is really disappointing me these days. There's not a lot of traffic over there, or at least it doesn't seem to be, especially in the realm of comics. People just aren't really feeling going to eBay anymore unless it's old, super expensive or speculative kinds of back issues or whatnot. And the kinds of comics that I sell are going to be somewhat more niche, definitely more eclectic, and the shipping price on a comic book now, especially if you're just selling a single floppy, is kind of like not worth it. And so, not to mention, As you can see here, this is my little, I've had this account for a few months now. I tried to make a go several months ago, before even starting my own uh, campaign for Chrome Dog. Let me see if I can get back to, there we go. Let's click lives. There we go. So these are all the lives that are going on right now. So we can actually, and I don't know about their terms of service. I'd have to look at them to kind of, but what I can say about Whatnot, and shout out to Rob Liefeld. I listened to his podcast, Robservation, and people can say what they want about the man. I really admire him. Definitely admire his gumption and how enthusiastic he is about comic books. And I appreciate what he does. And there are days that I feel kind of drugged down or whatnot, and I'll listen to his podcast, and it lifts me up. So it keeps me going, gives me some tiger in that tank. But shout out to him for doing stuff on Whatnot and selling his own comics and keeping people engaged over there. And because I would have never heard of it if he hadn't brought it up. So anyway, if we look here, we can see there's different categories, and you can go on, and there are these red little icons here will show the number of people watching these different live streams. And they're full-on auction streams. And I don't know I guess if I was to click one, I don't know if we would get in trouble. Maybe we would. I guess we'll see. I mean, hey, it's the first time, right? So here's the first time for everything. It might even be, on my first stream, they might come after me. So yeah, as you can see here, I've joined. It looks like they're not currently live throwing anything up. Maybe they just finished. So I'm kind of, it looks like, buy girl buy. Okay, cool. All right. Well, so this is kind of what the auction looks like. And they'll throw up little items here and there, and then people bid on them. And then it's pretty slick how it works. You can do it on desktop, but it's primarily phone app driven. And so yeah, they want you to do the app thing there. But let's see. It's easy for me to navigate on desktop. Blame it on my roots. You know what I mean? Like I'm an 80s kid. And I believe it or not, I miss dial-up. I miss dial-up a lot. I miss the slower time. I think people, we've lost sight of a time when we could just kick back and just relax and not have so many things to worry about all at once. And I may have to mute this because I don't know what. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. I'll just mute it. There we go. So that way we can just kind of like see what he's doing. So this guy looks like he's a breaker. So he's like breaking out packs. Different people, they kind of come in, and then they'll. There's just different. I'm trying to figure out what it is that he's got going on. But yeah, like everybody's got their own little shtick. Like some people, they get on here and they, like this guy's doing Pokemon cards. And other people will get on and do comic books, or someone else will get on. Believe it or not, they're selling antiques. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff going on. Like, shoot, man, we got graphic novels. So now none of these have any shows going on right now. But again, this is kind of like what we're trying to do with eBay and getting eyeballs on our campaigns. The only difference is these are physical items. So this could be a cool place for us to go to try to kind of do the pitch, do the thing, but you're actually selling stuff while you're at it. So to me, it's not a bad deal. It's eBay Live, if you will, and I think at least for me, I've got a lot of, let me see, arts and handmade. Let's see if we got anybody on. We got this one person on. They only got one watcher. Yeah, so you can schedule your different shows, and you can be consistent on there, and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm kind of I tell you what I'm looking at, folks, is I'm actually thinking of just doing tandem. So doing a live stream on YouTube, and then coming over here and doing a live stream on Whatnot, or vice versa, like flip the two. Maybe I'll start on YouTube, and then I'll tell everybody, hey, come check me out on Whatnot. I'm about to fire up a sales stream over there, or Whatnot, or Whatnot on Whatnot. But yeah, so let's look at these books. So we got this one person that's rocking books today, and that's kind of the thing, man. Like I got all these books, and I'm noticing a trend, and just tell me in the comments if anyone watches this in the replay. My thing about it is I'm noticing a trend that people are kind of getting away from digital media. It has this certain feel that people are tired of having to pay subscription services for their stuff, whether it's a Kindle subscription to be able to read books, or it's a subscription for pick a platform, pick Disney Plus or whatever, to be able to watch a movie, or whatnot, and be able to. I'm seeing a lot of folks needing, they're wanting that physical copy of something, and so I don't know. This is probably gonna not be good. Yeah, I don't even know. That might be my internet, but anyway, but yeah, people, and maybe this is just me. Maybe I think that it's just it just comes down to here. Why not? I'll show my face. Hey, what's up? Wearing my Sunday garb. This is our guest room. The reason that bed over there looks like it's been slept in is because our dog likes to get up there. This isn't, this is just a guest bedroom and / my studio, which, by the way, just a little introduction. I'll get back to what I was saying here in a minute, but I just want to show everyone. So this is what I look at. Like here's my monitors, and then I look up here, and these are, at least 3 pictures that I kind of, look at from time to time as I'm pondering on things and writing scripts and whatnot. And I'm just thinking about, what to do next or whatnot. And it gives me a, certain level of inspiration. So anyway, yeah. So when it comes to, doing the thing with the stuff, physical media. We have this chain of stores near where I live, and that's their business. Like people take books and CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, all kind of stuff in there, musical instruments even. And what they'll do is they'll just give a price for they'll buy it, they'll lowball the different people, take their stuff in, and then they'll turn around and they'll resell it. And business is booming there. And I got to thinking about it the other day. I was because I've got a whole bunch of books that I want to offload, and a bunch of movies that I want to offload. But I was looking at it and pondering. I've been I'm a bit of a thinker, and so as I've been pondering on this stuff, it's like, well, why give that money or the potential for that money over to another, to this business, when I can do it myself, and then I would reap all of the benefits of the revenue that comes from it. So that kind of got me thinking about Whatnot again as a viable means to fund comic production here. So that's. And this is all in conjunction with running campaigns, at least for me right now. I don't So I don't know if I shared it. I mean, I might as well share it here. Um, and this being my first stream, why not? Right? It's anything goes because I'm still trying to figure all this out. But so my first thing that I did to crowdfund was back in the day. And I say back in the day, I mean it's been a few years. Uh, I got into a hobby, and in that hobby, it's uh, basically just so I can get it down and get it out. We make I would make design keycaps. Okay, so like this, right? See this? It's a keycap for a keyboard, a mechanical keyboard specifically. I started a job working for a company where we sell sell and maintain keyboards, and I discovered that there was a market for these novelty keys, and so I started creating my own. And I got involved in the different groups that were doing that in different forums and whatnot. And the way that people would have things made, it's where I kind of got introduced to the whole concept of crowdfunding. But what we would do is we would run group buys. That's what we call them, group buys, where essentially a person such as myself would create a thing, and then like develop the concept, get the design down and this and that, find a manufacturer, go to the manufacturer and say, hey, how much per unit if we reach this certain amount, or if we get more people, how much at this amount. And so basically minimum order quantity for the price. And so what I did was I made a bunch of keycaps, and I designed them. And so what I did, I got with them, with this plastics company, to have them produced, and they gave me a quote and told me how much it was going to be, and so I calculated it out, and it was like, okay, well, I need this much per person to be able to get this thing up and going. And so I needed a certain number of backers or group buyers, people who kind of buy in. And the way we would handle it then, and it's kind of how I was approaching it as I was coming into this design space, was we would use Google Forms, which let me see. I don't want to access too much of my brain. But I'm going to see if I can pull up one of my old Google Forms just to kind of show you a little bit of what I like, where my head was when I entered this space. But so what essentially, it comes down to taking a Google form, and it's a survey, and is a lot of times it's used for, not only surveying people on products or ideas or whatever, but, oh yeah, here's a good one. What is that? No, that's not going to help me. Come on. Okay, here we go. It's in the archive. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this will be great, I think. Okay, so we got that going, and let's see if I can share it. Let's see. Wait. Oh. Oh my gosh! You probably saw all that. I don't know. Let's see. I got to get used to this stuff, and ain't no way to do it but just to do it. I'm not one for tutorials. I like to just get in, figure the stuff out, like, how things fit, fail, don't fail, succeed, it's like, oh yeah, I got this one thing. Oh, but I didn't do that right. Just kind of learn from my mistakes. That's more or less how I operate. So sue me. Anyway, so this is, this was one of my, the last group buys that I did. I want to say this was the form that I used for it. And so, I mean, it's just this single form, and people, they would come in here. There's a little introductory, material here. It will tell you, everything that's being sold here, the different profiles, which means the different shape of the keys, I guess is the best way to say it, and the color and type of ABS plastic that was going into manufacturing them. and then kind of gave a time time limit. Then there was also a place where I would go. Whoops, let me see. Yeah, I mean, sure, I'll show this. That's fine. So okay, so full disclosure, like this is the actual like group by webs like, or group by forum here. Okay, and so um, to those who may not know, I'm also 000, which I've seen people use that screen name a few different other times, but that's kind of the deep cut. I would play the Wii version of GoldenEye, and so that was my screen name or gamer tag, if you will. And I know that I was trying to use it on a game at some point, and it just wasn't a thing. It wouldn't let me do basically someone else had used it, so I was like, man, I got to come up with something. And so I developed Agent Zero from that, and so I've kind of transitioned over to it. But because of this forum, it would probably be an act of Congress for me to change my screen name, so I'm just going to leave it. Plus, everybody in that community, like, they know me as 000, so I might as well just keep it. Not to mention, it was always fun. People would say Uzero. They make fun of me for being because it looks like it says Uzero. Also, like, I love forums because you can use GIFs, and that's Xylo from a game I played, Shining Force. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's an old Genesis game. It's definitely my favorite Genesis game of all time. Matter of fact, I got a hankering to play it today, so maybe I'll get into that. That's another thing. Yeah, when you watch me, you're gonna have to like sit down, strap in, and strap on, and like just like hang in there because I'm probably gonna bounce all over the place. But yeah, so my show on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or Wednesdays, it's going to be a mixed bag, man. Like one week, you're going to get me probably just me playing a video game, or the next week you'll get me with a guest, and we're just going to talk about stuff. And as far as like shilling goes, yeah, man. Like if someone that is on my channel, and is on my stream, I'll I'll help promote their stuff. No problem. As a matter of fact, like I'll defer to them first, every time, because that's just what you do. Like when you have a guest, you treat them like a guest. And then I'll kind of get the word out on my own campaign, but I'm just here to hang out, be a part of the community, because I'd like to be here for a long time. And it's not just to sell books, it's just to become, to let people get to know me and let me get to know other people, more than just being in the chats. And so that's what we're doing here. But playing video games, just drawing. I mean, I've started making a go of it in drawing. Yes, hashtag just a writer, but not for long. I can see right now I'm gonna skill up and get good, as the kids say. So here we've got now. This isn't the original. I changed all the verbiage or whatnot as I went through the group buy process, and I had to change the verbiage on this initial post, and had sold off all of my little inventory. I actually still have some inventory of my keycaps. If anyone's interested, hit me up. And I'm definitely going to be putting those over on Whatnot. People are just going to be like, what is this? Why is he selling keycaps? I'm supposed to be buying books from him, or comic books, or whatever. It's like, that's going to be another little grab bag, little variety stream over there too. Why not? Just because it's Agent Zero. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so looking at this, so what we have here, these are 16 keycaps, and I would sell them in chunks. It was like here's 16, like boom, here you go. And so it was a simple price, and people would just go on the Google form, and they would fill it out. They would say, hey, I want this. So like right here, they're like, hey, I want SA row 1, which is a certain, certain shape. Or they say, hey, I want SA row 3, and then they would just put the quantity here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to give you, oh. Oh man. Well, yeah, I don't think this thing is linking to anybody. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's look at it again. There we go. So yeah, this thing is so old, and bless your heart for anyone who would find the link to this thing and actually place an order. Bless your heart. They're long gone, but it is what it is. So anyway, so this is the form. So if you were to click on the link, and so this is kind of like my version, the proto version of Kickstarter or IndieGoGo. Matter of fact, the whole group buy process, I think, started with emails and forum posts, and Kickstarter, I want to say, probably grew out of that, seeing that there was a need for a platform, and then eventually, we get IndieGoGo, Backer Kit, I think, does crowdfunding now, maybe, instead of just collating data, crowdfunder, whatever, soup du jour, this or that, and of course, the fan favorite, at least in my book, is Fund My Comic. That's the place to go if you want to buy upcoming indie titles, comic books, cards, card games, miniature games, all those novels, lots of cool stuff over there for crowdfunding. And I'll get to that in, I guess, a little bit later. But here we go. So looking at this, I would give kind of the little bit of a pitch. I mean, people either want it or they don't. They're either into Fallout, which these are Fallout themed keycaps, primarily centered around New Vegas, and they would either want them or they didn't. It wasn't much about pitching. It was just like just making sure the forum post was relevant and bumping it so that people would see it, and then they would just log in and they'd buy it or back it, and so as the people would back it, then I would send them this form, so they would they fill it out. So we say 1 here, let's say 0 here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fill it out like I would want one. So we're going to go 0 for the SA row 1 because I don't want that, but I do want SA row 3, and then I definitely want the DSA, right? So filling those out, and then here's a question that says, preferred PayPal email address, first name, last name, shipping address, like all these different things, the country, right? All and they're required answers, okay? And all of this would get collated onto a sheet, a Google sheet for me, and which I'm not going to show because it's got everyone's sensitive information on it. But I would take that information, especially that email, and I would send them a PayPal invoice, and then they would pay the invoice with their credit card or their PayPal account, whichever. And then once I had the funds, and I kept a log, I kept a tally, and I kept people informed as to where we were with the group buy, letting them know how far along we are and this and that. And basically, once we reached that magic number that I needed to be able to get the thing funded, I would be like, hey, this thing's funded, and let's just keep going. And so that was it. And then I collected their funds. Had a few people that either never paid or whatnot, and so I would just cancel their order or their invoice. It's no big deal. And I don't think I ever had anyone come back and try to refund. But of course, if that ever would have happened or did happen, I'm more than happy to give them their money back. I mean, it's like, I get it. Like, it's fine. Appreciate your support regardless. Thanks for thinking of me. To me, it was, it's always been just about customer service. You want to produce a quality product, and then you also want to be there for your customers. And so that was what I was about. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, Now there was a now you may be asking yourself, well, how do people know about this stuff ahead of the time, right? So there was a process, kind of like email signups, right? There was this process where we would run what's known as an interest check, um, and you could make it. You could actually kind of I would put a post out with all my mock-ups and say, "Hey, who all is interested in this?" And people would, weigh in. They would reply to that forum with it, in the thread. They would say, "Hey, yeah, I want that," or no, or well, most people don't say no. They just don't respond. And if there's enough, if it seems to be that there's enough interest in something, then it kind of makes kind of says, okay, well, there's enough interest in this, let's go group buy. And so we would make that transition over to the group buy, and then next thing you know, da da da. But as I can see, the the level of work and the level of craftsmanship that goes into making keycaps, or I should say, that goes into making comic books, um, than just these keycaps, and not to mention like the overall, just everything involved. I can see why this kind of this kind of niche marketed way of doing things is not really the thing. So, but it is nice for those of us trying to run group buys like this. We're doing it on the cheap because all we would have to pay would be the fees to. Let me see if that'll let me do that. Cool, nice. Wait, yeah, okay, cool. um, a little bit of a segue there, maybe, but yeah, I just want to. I'm still experimenting here. Um, but with the PayPal invoices, all we'd have to do, all we'd have to worry about is PayPal taking their cut. Um, and I would always, make sure that I charged enough for the shipping, so that I wouldn't take a bath in that in the original. I mean, that's shipping is what has to be paid to get things out to people. Taking hits on shipping is not really something that a person should have to do, even when you're crowdfunding. Um, so I'm going to apologize in advance. That's why the my international shipping, even on the IndieGoGo campaign for Chrome Dog, is so high for now. It's because I'm trying this crowdfund. Even though we're in demand now, which, by the way, before I started streaming, I was about to do another update. So, and get everybody involved in looking at the new PDF Ashcan we've got. Since we brought Eric Weathers on the team, I went ahead and I had him. Because I want consistency, right? So the entire book, it was 32 pages, and I wanted consistency. Even though the first 10 pages were done letter-wise by Luke Stone, I decided, that if they need to be relettered now that we have Eric on staff, just to make everything flow and look good and establish this is the overall look going forward. So I've done that, went ahead and fronted that, got them up, and here we go. We got the 10 pages here, both on the campaign, or I should say campaigns, here in IndieGoGo, as well as fundmycomic.com. Or you can click on both campaigns. You can click the PDF Ashcan download, read it, share it, tell everybody about it, let people know about Chrome Dog, because I think we're doing something special here. I don't know, like, it feels to me, of course I'm going to say that it's special because it's my baby, right? Chrome Dog, Scratch, as he's called. He's my boy. He is this alter ego of mine, in a way, Um, and what I mean by that is the world is getting kind of dark. It's getting crazy out there, and so I like to be able to retreat to his world, and as I write the stories and as I explore the characters that I'm developing in not only this book but in the books to come, um, I just want to stay there. You know what I mean? Like I want to be like Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland. I just don't want to leave. I just want to stay and ruminate on the things that are going on in Epsilon City and the surrounding sectors. But I can't because life goes on. I mean, I got um, I'm I'm a husband, I'm a dad, uh, and believe it or not, bonus points to those of you who know already. But I'm also a grandfather, so family life is very busy, and so you know. Um, so trying to fit it all in. That's why making a go of drawing comics. I guess I'm just going to start with the basics. I want to start with just learning how to lay out and learning how to do the thumbnails, even with my own what do you call it, uh, well, stick figures, for lack of a better term. um, just so I can at least contribute something and make Luke's life a lot easier when he's drawing these comics for me. Um, so yeah, um, not sure if anyone noticed, but yeah, I had to kind of change the $5,000 stretch goal to the Wally the Wolf sticker, uh, and I did that kind of deliberately, because that is the next stretch goal, and so I'd really love if you guys could help us get there. By the way, just to reiterate, both campaigns. So right now we're on the IndieGoGo campaign, but also for those of you that are more comfortable on IndieGoGo, I completely understand and I appreciate you. The so, but what I'm doing is I'm combining the funding on both. The funding goals. So we've already unlocked between Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, and technically, I guess you could say, I mean, it was Indiegogo first. We've unlocked the 3,500 stretch goal, and so initially I had for the $5,000 stretch goal, I was going to have a different version of the trading card, the Lopresti trading card for the first 50 backers. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? That doesn't make it as special as it should be. Those first, you first 50 backers out there. I want you to really, I want you to feel more like I want you to feel special. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make another little sticker, and it's gonna be a Wally the Wolf. So I'm gonna be commissioning another piece for Wally the Wolf, his cartoon character, which that's this guy. That's Chrome Dog is dressed up like him, and dadgummit if his helmet or his headpiece isn't stuck on his head there. But yeah, how fun would it be to have a sticker that's kind of from that world? So I want to make that a thing for the $5,000 dollar stretch goal. Also, I want to highlight here, every physical copy will get the free 6 a.m. Comics holofoil Chrome Dog sticker, and this is for everybody that backs me physically, and even I would even say this: once we get funded and we actually get the books in, and I've got books and on hand and this and that, I'm probably gonna do kind of like a maybe a Google form, and just have all you international folks out there who want to back the book, or not just back the book, but buy the book from me once it's produced. I'll even throw one of these in there for you, so so that way I can share the love and also get the book out to you at a decent price. I really, I think, and again, I have to say, I appreciate all of you out there who's backed me on digital, because of the shipping costs, especially, with the international. And then I think we've got one guy from Norway who's backed me. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you big time, and so we're going to get that physical out to you with all the stretch goals. Once we get to fulfillment. Anyway, let's see. So I just kind of a little introductory stream here. We're coming upon the it's 41 or so minutes. So I do want to draw a distinction between the two campaigns. So yeah, I guess I am doing a little bit of shilling today. That's okay. It's my channel. I can do what I want. But I'm also going to highlight another campaign. So I want to do that because I'm all about paying it forward. And typically what I'm going to want to do, what I'm going to do is highlight someone else's campaign first. But it was in the flow of the conversation I just wanted to cover this stuff today, since it's just you and me. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. welcome to my space. All right, so IndieGoGo, now that we're in demand, you'll notice there's these different perk tiers. We're very limited. So we have the Arrow Comics bundle number 2. We have the Work From Home digital, the First Shift Luke Stone cover, the Arrow Comics bundle number 1, and the Swing Shift pack. That's it. That is all. That is all that's on IndieGoGo right now. Sorry for you guys that wanted the Lopresti stuff. If you want to get Lopresti items, whether it's the Virgin cover of the book or the All-Nighter bundle with that, as well as the art, the line art edition, maybe the metal prints, maybe those struck your fancy, you're gonna have to come on over to Fund My Comic to get that. So just throwing it out there. If you wanted it on IndieGoGo, you should have backed me early. Of course, I'm learning this as I go. So I don't mean it. That probably came out a little too harsh. I don't want it to sound harsh. But what I'm trying to say is I'm learning that things need to be special to certain points of the campaign. Like, for example, the first 30 was like everything all at once. And then the black and white line art edition, I removed it after the first 30. Now I've added it over here because, again, you could say that the Fund My Comic is also like a second chance for a lot of folks that way. And it also keeps the campaign unique because having access to all these different, pieces and parts over here, I would hope is going to cause folks to want to come over here and back me on Fund My Comic. We're really trying to expand this platform, which is why whenever I do, when I do highlight other people's campaigns, I'm going to do my best to try for it. I'm going to try to keep it all Fund My Comic. Because it's just way too important to me. I don't like the things that I'm seeing with what IndieGoGo and Kickstarter are doing to creators. It just kind of it's aggravating, to say the least. Man, I just love to look at that art, those letters. It's great. That right there, the head swirling around to the back. He's like, nothing to say, you big metal mutt. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. What's that? Some sort of skin suit? Yeah, sure, something like that. You'll know soon enough. Get some. I love it. Yeah, but he gets his, don't he? Oh, man. All right. So coming down here, so the campaign looks pretty similar to what you saw over here. But we get to do a little more embellishing. Of course, I'm sure if I actually knew some HTML code or can learn that skill, we can use it here on Fund My Comic, and I can make this thing really pop. But in the meantime, we have different color preview Ashcan PDF download links. So this is a yellow color, while when you scroll all the way up here, we got one that's like a purple color. See, it's purple. They're both links, so you can just click them, and then it takes you right to it. So we'll just show you. So boom, there's the Ashcan. Here we are, Ashcan land. Um, yeah, created by me, written by me, pencils and inks by Luke Stone. He's also the editor. As far as like comic book editor, laying out the panels, making editorial changes to make everything fit, and that's something that I'm still learning. I'm still learning just how many letters can fit in a panel. Like for example, this one here, these are really big, like busy with letters. Trying to bring the story, and especially, oh my gosh, this one here in the middle. Um, I Yeah, it's a little wordy, but hey, I'm learning. I'll get it. I will. But as you can see, I've kind of in these other parts. Thank goodness we don't need so much exposition. But anyway. Oh yeah, and by the way, speaking of other campaigns, let's. So here in the PDF Ashcan, you're going to get a cool page here that shows basically where Chrome Dog came from, and the different stages that we took to get him to what he looks like now. So that's a fun page. A blue collar bionic werewolf. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then here we got hybrids, the sons of gods. And if you guys haven't checked out hybrids, oh my gosh, man, you're missing out big time. Hybrids is such a cool, it's such a cool world. Lots of cool characters, fun characters. Trash Man, he's a heck of a guy. Like he's a heavy, but he also like gets supercharged. And if he doesn't release it, like he can like go supernova. Like it's crazy stuff. And then Triple Play, he's a cool cat too. My favorite's Bone. He's like a teen skater guy who teleports like Nightcrawler. He's just kick-ass kind of dude. And then of course we got Downcast. This was it's kind of cool. Clint Stoker was one of the first people that I approached when I just in the beginning, in the planning stages of making this comic even become a thing. And I had approached him for an ad, if he wanted to put an ad in my book, and he delivered it like early. So I had to sit on this ad for a long time. But yeah, and then of course the back page. So if I was to ever get this printed like physical, this is definitely going to be your back page, which is pretty much the plan going forward. Arrow Comics is like, we are making moves. DC and Marvel, they can keep sucking, and that's fine. But that's fine for them. But as for us, we're just gonna bring it. That's what we're here for. All these cool tiers. Got the cover A with the metal print. I really love that cover. I love both covers. I mean, how can you not love this one? Let's look at that. How can you not love that? It's so damn cool. That's the climactic battle there at the end of Chrome Dog #1. Lots of fun. It was fun. It's fun to write, and I can't wait to see it play out in the pages. And then this, oh my gosh, like this was the first piece that Luke did for me. But a lot of people have assumed that this was a pinup, but no, this was the cover from the get. And it's not this cover is not colored by Patrick Gamma. It's actually colored by a guy named Edgar Tavitas, fantastic colorist. I believe he's also the colorist for Rift Riders #1. And I'm sure you'll see him around as far as coloring here and there. But yeah, those two moons, man, nailed it. Like Luke nailed it with the pencils and the inks, and then Edgar put his stank on it, and it just looks really cool. I love this so much, and I can't wait to see it in metal, because we got the metal print is gonna be so dope. I can't wait to put that on my wall. And also, you know what? While we're here, we're taking some pictures, right? Slowing down, taking a moment just to drink in this comic. this mom here, something's up with her. I don't know. Well, I mean, of course, I know, but we don't really know what's going on with her yet. We will in the pages of Chrome Dog number one, Perfect Strangers. She's a perfect stranger, so as many are in this comic, and there's double and triple on was it entendre. There's so many different perfect strangers going on in this comic. We're perfect strangers, me the writer, you the reader, and there's lots of cool stuff that way. But yeah, she's got a bigger part to play, and I can't wait to show her off. um, yeah. That's really all I can say about that. um, can't wait to get there. um, but yeah, she's cool and she ain't going anywhere. I'll say that. Yeah, well, so yeah, let me stop sharing. Hey, um, so yeah, that, I mean, shoot, it's already been about an hour almost. Um, so not even sure what's going on with the stream. I don't know if I'm even live right now or if it's just that I have recorded this for me to post up later. I'm not sure how this whole thing works. So yeah, hello everyone. Anyone who might be watching and or because I'm not, for some reason I'm not able to see anybody in chat, so I'm going to assume that no one is here. But yeah, if you see this stream, feel free to post a comment underneath and tell me how I did. Tell me what I could do better. Which that's probably going to invite a whole lot of different things, but we'll see. Not too worried about it. Oh yeah, I was going to show another campaign. Let me figure out which one I want to showcase today. I know one thing is for sure: there are campaigns that need love on Fund My Comic. Some of them are not getting the love that they deserve. That's for sure. You know what? And actually, there is one person. I don't know. I don't think he's on Fund My Comic today. Give me just a sec here. Yeah, I don't think so. No, he's not. All right, so I'm gonna try to check him out. Yeah. So instead, I'm gonna go back. I'm already gonna go back on what I said. But I hope you forgive me. Oops, my spelling. I'm glad you didn't see that. Well, Death Raider's cool, but he doesn't need my help. Here we go. All right, so we got I Vengeance, Blood Oath, which looks hella cool. And if I wasn't already so leveraged on so many different campaigns, I'd be backing it. But my CFO says no more backing. So I say, okay, no more backing. So yeah, here's the thing. Let's see. I'm gonna try this out. Let me turn it down. Let me crank down my sound. Do that. Turn off the background music. See if we can't do the thing with the thing. Oh. All right. Well, that was it. That was cool. Daggum, I gotta up my my trailer game for sure. Oh, that's another thing I gotta work on. Oh, I gotta learn. So much to learn, so much to do. um, so yeah, this is I Vengeance Blood Oath. Coming out of this by Joe Martineau, I guess. As I think this is As Comics, or um, he's the Cactus, like As Cactus or Cactus Comics. Cool stuff, man. This is the fact that she's fighting a werewolf. I mean, that is to like way up high, like about to fall off. That's it's just this whole page here is so dynamic. That's so cool. Yeah, I love it. Oh man, poor guy. He's having a bad day if he survives. Yeah, daggum that car. Okay. Okay, so I guess all three of these are the same character. She's like in just three different forms or something. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's neat. Huh. Yeah, you definitely. I mean, this is pretty compelling, man. Like, what is? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks like she's got a. Is that a? Let's see. This one here looks like a M1 Grand, like an old single action. Kapow! Yes, I like that. That's a cool image. You know, and that's oh boy. Well, so that's the thing, man. Black and white is that's my jam. Like I love black and white. Absolutely do. Especially when it's done right with all the contrast. Um I mean it is that is this right here. Like this is my jam. Chrome Dog, unfortunately, will not be black and white. I don't know if he'll ever be produced in black and white outside of a line art edition, just to kind of show off the lines. Um, I mean, he needs to be in color. Um, the way that I'm telling the stories. However, there are other characters that exist in Chrome Dog's universe that I want to showcase in black and white. So, but anyway, um, so yeah, this one it looks like they're at 3,500 of an $8,000 fixed goal. So I'm pretty sure that means if they don't meet the 8,000, it's not going to be a thing. So get on this, man. It's only got 4 days left. It needs a whole lot more love than what it's got right now. And yeah, I mean, snag that bad boy. I want to see what I can do to throw this link somewhere. I'm gonna try to put it somewhere. I'm learning all this stuff, ain't I? Let's see. Let's see if I can throw it on a. I don't know. I'll put it as a banner. How's that work? Mm, I Vengeance Blood Oath. Brr, brr. She's gonna get you. Mm, okay, so maybe we'll show it. Okay, that's a thing, and then go to comments. Maybe add destination. Oh my gosh, what is this? No, yeah, I don't. I'm still trying to figure it out. Um, I mean, maybe I'm supposed to have YouTube up. I don't know. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? Here, maybe I should quit streaming. Just show it, sharing screen. There we go. I don't know. I don't see my own channel on the YouTube, so I'm probably not really live. I know you didn't show up to listen to me sing horribly. Yep. No, I don't see Agent Zero. What? Agent Zero Origins. Yeah, I not my namesakes. I made it up my own self. So anyway, well, I guess I'll try to throw a link into the description so that we'll have that. So, um, until next time, enjoy our wild America.